Welcome to the premiere edition of Ballsack Radio with your host, Candle. Up today, the topics on hand, we've got abortion and interracial relationships. So let's get to it. Okay, first up I want to talk about abortion. Now, I'm not totally pro-abortion. I think it's the result when someone is in a position that they would want an abortion, like a woman is in that position, it's usually because of a reckless, irresponsible, and disrespectful behavior that she allowed and tolerated and put herself in to begin with. That's why she's seeking an abortion. And now women's groups would say that women should have the freedom of choice and should be allowed to seek an abortion as they see fit, whenever. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword because there are many cultures, immigrant groups here in North America, and groups abroad in different parts of the world that use abortion as a tool to reduce the female population. I mean, you look at India and China, for example. I believe that the boy to girl ratio in India is something like 800 or less, like 800 females for every 1,000 males born. That's because there are strong male preferences in those cultures and other cultures, where couples will actually go to a doctor to determine the sex of their baby while it is still in the womb, and once it's found that it is a female in the womb, they'll have it aborted right there. So women groups are all for freedom of choice and total and complete freedom to deal with their reckless and irresponsible behavior by aborting a pregnancy and having that available to the public. But that same thing is being used both locally in North America and beyond to reduce the female population because of strong male preferences among certain groups. The States, recently there was a bit of controversy concerning Plan B, which is the morning after pregnancy prevention pill. A lot of right-wing groups didn't want it widely available, and Obama's health minister decided that this drug would stay behind the counter and only be available to those 17 and older, even though the FDA didn't have a problem with it being available on the shelf right next to the condoms because according to its scientists, it poses no physical threat that would negatively affect minors. And regardless, I still, for the sake of social dignity, I still support the decision of Obama's health minister to keep it behind the counter. And a lot of right-wing groups wanted this as well, as generally it would deter whoring, to put it bluntly, by teenage girls who would go out and party Friday night, get drunk, and get fucked by 2 guys or 3 guys and only remember the first 1 or 2 that they fucked. And it would be all good, right? Because you can just go and get the morning after pill. So to discourage this type of behavior and to encourage people to act more morally and ethically, I agree with the choice of keeping this pill behind the counter and available to those only 17 years and up. However, for the other side, I will say that Obama's health minister, part of her justification for making this decision, even though it wasn't really based on science, is that she said that she wasn't sure that an 11-year-old would know how to use it. But the fact is, no fucking 11-year-old is going to be walking into the pharmacy and buying this sort of pill on her own anyways. So that's kind of a ridiculous argument. So if she's going to make a point like that, she has to bring something more solid, something harder hitting, and not just resort to stupid right-wing, brainless type arguments. Now I want to talk some about interracial relationships. For disclosure, I'm Indian and I live in the Greater Vancouver area in British Columbia, Canada. So yeah, around here you go to Vancouver, you go to Burnaby, you go to, these areas, and you see nothing but white males with Chinese or Asian women. And, I don't like the idea of white people getting upset when they see a big black monster with one of their tender, petite, cutie women, or a guy of some other color with one of their women, because, hey man, you fuckers started it, and you can't even go to Vancouver, Burnaby, or outside any large metro area without seeing a storm of white guys with Asian women. Like, wherever you go, like, whenever an Asian woman introduces me to her significant other or her husband, for example, I don't even look for another Asian dude. I just look for nearby white guys because I'm sure it's one of them, and it usually almost always is. You know, that's just the way it is. I mean, this white Asian combination is just it's so damn common that I've come up with a term for this combination of white male / Chinese or Asian woman. And this term is Wasian. You know, you take the white, you take the Asian, and boom, you have a Wasian couple. And their kids are obviously Wasians. Half white, half Asian. They grow up as Wasians. And just to show how common that this combination or interracial group is, there's even an organization from Harvard. I believe it's called the Half Asian People's Association, or HAPA. HAPA. Just because there are so many half white, half Asian children who are now adults and who are, you know, it's an entire sub-race group that's been created. And I don't know what's going on here, man, because, like, you Asian guys, you Chinese guys, Korean guys, what are you fucking doing, man? You're women. You can't keep these bitches in check, honestly. Like, what's going on? Like, y'all motherfuckers need to, I don't know, up your game, be more aggressive, take some dick pills, fucking do something. Otherwise, you're all gonna be fucked out of existence. That's for sure. Probably not, because, you know, China has a large population, but as for existing in North America, there's not gonna be many of you fuckers left. And I don't know what it is with these, all these colored broads jumping on the white cock. I think it probably has to do with, the culture, just because white guys, I guess, are a bit more aggressive or a bit more proactive than colored guys, just because in most other cultures that originate in different parts of the world, the courting process is a lot more formal, and it goes through a lot more formal and established channels, which doesn't really jive with North American culture, I guess you could say. Perhaps that's one explanation for all of this. But yeah, man, like I said, you fucking Asian guys, man, living in Canada, living in America, you all need to do something fast. Like I said, fucking read some books, be more aggressive, take some dick pills, whatever the fuck you have to do. You have to rein that shit in. Another issue in regards to interracial relationships that I'd like to touch on is here in Canada, the trend with Indian women, meaning women with ancestry and origins from the country of India. Not native, but I'm talking about those with ancestry roots from the country of India ending up with white men. Again, the white devil shows his ugly cock where it doesn't belong. And this kind of infuriates me because, you know, I'm Indian, but I'm also a fucking loser. Like, I don't get any. On my Friday, this is how my Friday night goes. I go to the gym, I get a workout in, I stare at chicks that I can never bang, then I come home and I jerk myself off to some twisted fetish porn, and I go to sleep. Boom. That's my Friday and Saturday nights. That's what goes down. That's just the way it is. Sounds sad, whatever. That's just how it is. So I don't bang these broads, right? So whenever I do see a white guy with a woman of my race, my culture, just infuriates me, because that just puts it in my mind that this motherfucker, this white guy, is getting more brown pussy than I am. And that's just really gets under my skin. So, also fucking, the British for 200 years or so colonized India. They went there, extracted resources, taxed the local population, passed laws like taking away their right to protest against British rule, put up signs in certain places saying no Indians and no dogs allowed in this area. I mean, all this dastardly subhuman shit that they imposed on the population in India. And now you have the descendants of those Indians, the female descendants here in Canada jumping on the white cock whenever they get the chance. Like, this one Indian girl even told me about her friend who goes to clubs in Vancouver where it's a largely white clientele, and she goes there just to hook up or just to find white guys. And this bitch actually supports her friend in that endeavor. I don't know what it is, man. It's just this born in Canada and empowered independent woman bullshit that these